How much money do I spend in a month on my notary loan signing agent business? Keep it locked and we'll talk about it. Hey, what's going on, guys? Victor Chambers here, back with another video. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. On this channel, I bring you up close and behind the scenes of my journey as a notary loan signing agent. Consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload brand new content. I wanted to make this video to bring you a bit of a picture of the other side of the business. I know a lot of notaries, especially on Facebook and on YouTube here, talk about how much they're making as a notary loan signing agent, but I don't hear a lot of notary loan signing agents being very specific about what they're spending. And so I just kind of wanted to walk you through what I'm spending in a month. Now, caveat, what I'm spending is going to be different from what you might be spending because of, your supplies, your location, how much traveling you're doing, how many signings a month you're doing. So this is going to all vary, but it's just going to kind of give you an image or a picture of what I'm spending in a month. And I just wanted to share kind of the other side of the financial picture of being a notary loan signing agent. Obviously, as a business, you get to write off most of your expenses, so that obviously helps you for tax purposes. Again, I'm not an accountant or a CPA or financial advisor, so obviously consult your accountant or your CPA. But I just kind of wanted to walk through some of the things that I'm actually spending money on a monthly basis. I'm going to try to go from smallest to largest expense, just to give you a sense of what the little things are, and then obviously what some of the big things are. So for the most part, with regard to what I'm spending, it's pretty much the same things all the time, every single month, with very little variation. And that's because for the most part, I've locked in and honed in on how many signings I'm doing every month. So I have a pretty good handle on how much I need to spend in supplies and how much of the stuff I purchase, how much of it I need. So I have that dialed in pretty well. And then there are obviously, one-off expenses here and there, but nothing major that I have to necessarily worry about. So I won't cover the kind of the one-off stuff or the random stuff. I will cover pretty much the standard things that I'm spending money on a monthly basis. I have my notes here, so I'm just kind of go through these things. So again, going from smallest to largest, my smallest expense right now is my signing order subscription, and that's $3 a month. So with signing order, if you're registered on their platform, you can pay an additional $3 to get 20 zip codes, and that just helps you extend your reach, increase the chances of getting more loan signings. I think you can even expand beyond 20, but I have 20 zip codes for now. So that subscription is basically $3 a month. I definitely think it's well worth it. I do at least probably a dozen signing order signings every single month. So definitely worth the $3. The next expense is my binder clips. When I print my docs and I prep my docs, I use binder clips just to kind of hold the packages together. Now I know I could use rubber bands, which would be far cheaper, but I just like the extra large binder clips I use. And links for all these things will be in the description box below, so feel free to check those things out. But I just kind of want to show you, and I've showed this in a previous video, but I use these extra large binder clips, and these things could hold, up to probably like 200 pages or so. So I use these for both the package that gets signed as well as the package that I leave with borrowers. Sometimes I don't put a binder clip on the borrower's copies because I put them in a folder, and I'll show you that in a second. And that folder can hold them without the binder clip, but I just think it looks, a little more professional to have this on there and not have papers flopping around. And I also ship the packages with these still on them. So all the packages that I send out, whoever the post-closing folks are, they have probably tons of binder clips from Victor Chambers because, I keep them on there. And that's just kind of a thing I do because, I guess it's the paranoia of, having experience where packages didn't make it to their destination, and you don't want a situation where you send back a package and something happens to it, and the papers get discombobulated and things. So just for my own peace of mind, I kind of put these on there even when I send them out. So again, if you want to know how I mail out my FedEx packages, you can watch a video on that. I've done a video on that, but I keep these binder clips on there. So I go through quite a bit of these. Again, link is in the description below. The package I buy has, I think, 40 of them. And it's like $12 or $13. And so with me doing about 30 to 40 signings a month, I probably go through a couple boxes a month. So multiply 13 times 2, that's about $26 roughly that I spend on binder clips. Again, I could use rubber bands, but rubber bands seem to rip the pages sometimes, and I just want to avoid all of that. These tend to work very well for me. So these are the binder clips I use. And then speaking of the file folders, I'll show you that I use these, they're called Pendaflex file folders. I think Pendaflex is the brand. It's a legal size folder. You can see here that it expands out quite a bit. I love these things. I think they're great. So this can hold 200 pages pretty comfortably. Again, it's a legal size. I use these for my borrower copy. So when I transport my documents, I put the signed copy in the actual cardboard FedEx folder, and then I put the borrower copy in this. And so I have those two things together at the signing. I keep the borrower copy in the FedEx folder because obviously I have the poly pack that I stuff in there with the small pouch stuck or adhered to the poly pack already. That's kind of part of my doc prep process. Maybe I'll show you a video of how I do that. Those file folders are about $21, by the way. Again, link in the description box for that. You can check those out. And then next I have my E&O insurance. Now I have E&O insurance. I have $1 million policy through Byberk, and that currently runs me about $45 a month. I don't want to get into all the details of that. I know in certain places Byberk doesn't issue policies anymore, but I've had mine with them for almost a year now. But I spend $45 a month on my Byberk E&O insurance policy. And again, it's $1 million. And then after my insurance policy is paper. So this is typically the kind of paper I buy. This is the Hammer Mill Copy Plus, 99.99% jam free, whatever that means. 20 pound, 92 brightness. This is 500 sheets. I typically buy a box of with 10 reams of this, and I usually pay no more than $35, 30 or 35. I've used Staples brand, I've used Amazon brand, and this is letter size. But I usually catch this when it goes on sale at Staples. And again, the box is between $30 and $35. I don't spend more than that on 10 reams of paper. I could probably spend, 25 at somewhere like Walmart or Quill, somewhere like that. And then I have, and those come in boxes. Well, you can get them in multiple sizes, but I usually get the box of 10 reams, and then I usually get a box of 3 reams of legal paper, same brand, same exact type, but those usually come like 3 in a box. I usually don't order more than one of those boxes at a time. So typically a box of letter, 10 reams, and a box of legal, 10 reams, 3 reams will get me through most of a month. Obviously it might be a little overlap, but the letter costs again 30, 35. The legal costs 30 or so for those 3 reams, and obviously you're going to use more letter than legal if you're actively doing loan signings. So that's another $60, $70 a month, maybe another $30. If I do a lot of signings in a month for another box of letter paper. But that's roughly $60, $70, maybe $100 a month for paper in a month. And then obviously toner. So toner is definitely a big expense. This is I'm using the HP 428 DWF printer. I'll do a separate video for that. I also have the Brother 6200. I'm not using that as much anymore because I upgraded to the HP. It uses much more toner, but it's been more reliable for me. It was easier to set up, easier to maintain. Since I got it, which was about probably 2 or 3 months ago, I've had 0 issues with it, and so it's It's kind of my workhorse. This is the 58A LaserJet print cartridge. This costs about $105 or so. There's also the high yield that I've started using, which is the 58X, that is supposed to provide about 3 times more printing capacity. So, and that's like $200. So I stopped using the 58As, which are about 105, and I started getting the 58Xs, which are about 220, and they print about 3 times as much. So kind of not, I guess, save a little money there, but that 158X should get me through pretty much a month of printing for the most part. And then my next expense is gas. So looking at what I'm spending on gas in a month, and that includes like tolls, because in New Jersey we have the Garden State Parkway, which to get just about anywhere along the parkway, you have to go through tolls in many cases. And so between tolls and gas, I'm spending probably another $200 a month, roughly, but about $200, $250 a month for gas and tolls. And then last but not least, the biggest expense for me is my car note. My car note is $500 and something. I don't have any crazy high-end car, but right now it's about $500 and change. Obviously, if you don't have a car payment, you won't have to worry about that. But that $500 and something is roughly half of my complete budget for the month. So I don't know what the total is now. We're probably at somewhere close to $1,000, but that's about how much I'm spending every month in my notary loan signing agent business. I can get that down. I can't really change my car note unless I get a different car and sell my car. But paper, I can probably save a few dollars. Toner, you know, the price of toner, I could go generic, but I just don't want to run that risk of having issues with generic toner. I've heard some bad stories, and so I just don't even want to mess with that. I'd rather have toner that's reliable. But those are kind of the core expenses, really. And like I said, there's one-off things here and there that I use or may have to spend money on, either if it's a meal here or there when I'm out on the go, and I'll spend money to buy, you know, something to eat real quick, things like that. But for the most part, those are my expenses in a month. And obviously, I'm doing this, I'm making more money than I'm spending. That's what it's costing me to approximately to run my business. So I wanted to just share that with you and hope it's helpful. If you guys have any tips on how I can save money or things I can do, I'm happy to hear your feedback. But I'm pretty savvy when it comes to saving money and finding workarounds and ways to do things. I just kind of have a system in place right now. Like I said, I could probably save money by using rubber bands instead of binder clips, but I just don't like the rubber bands. I think there's probably much more expensive alternatives than using these. Like if you get something that's plastic, you're definitely going to spend more money, I think, on those. But those Pin to Flex folders work very well. Again, links are in the description box for everything I mentioned here. But happy to hear your thoughts. Again, curious to hear how much you're spending in a month in your notary loan signing agent business. But hope this provided some insightful information to you, whether you're already running your business or you're thinking about getting started. Some of the things you're going to have to spend money on after you get up and running to run your business on a monthly basis. So again, hope this was helpful. Again, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.